Good afternoon, morning, or evening. I'm the Mainly Digger. I hope you're doing all right. I hope you're staying safe and healthy, COVID free. I am going to talk about 3D printing. Not digging. It kind of has to do with digging, not really. But the reason behind why I'm talking about a 3D printer started with digging. I just took a course at my college, KVCC, an online course because of COVID. Thank you, COVID. That deals with 3D printing and how to use. It's a basic course: how to use 3D printing, how to use the free apps that go for the 3D printing. Which two of the apps that, at least the two that I used, were Thingiverse and Tinkercad. So very easy, very simple, very fun to use. It's like, I'm telling you, it's like playing computer games. That's all you're doing. It's like, if you have any CAD experience, it's a lot like CAD. Anyway, or drafting. There we go. It's so much fun. And this, I kind of talk about my experience. I'm a first-time user, 3D printer user. I did very well. I enjoyed it. And I also want to shout out to my cousin, Clunie, who has been on YouTube longer than anybody I know. It's 10 years. He's had a channel about 3D printing. And he was kind of the first person that brought my attention to 3D printing, and I didn't really listen at the time because it's something new. I didn't, 3D printer, that doesn't make, okay, whatever. But when I was in Pennsylvania and I had a lot of time to think, and it was right during the time where people were making gun parts. And that's kind of like what made me think about this is there's 3D printers or 3D printing. There's so many different uses for it. You could make so many different things. And that got me thinking about digging tools or, diggers or shovels. What kind could I mass produce a shovel that is durable with a 3D printer? And I contacted him and we talked back and forth, but the basic answer is yes. How much did I want to spend on a 3D printer and filament? And filament is cheap filament, not cheap, but average price filament is about $20. A roll is about $20. And for something like that, it would have to be really good filament, therefore expensive. So, it was an interesting idea. And then I started thinking about, because my dad's getting up in the ages, and he likes to go out hunting, he likes being out in the woods. And so the practicality of lighter gear or anything lighter is what I'm getting at, would be amazing. And if he could make it at home, the old man would enjoy that. But it is, there's so many different practical uses for a 3D printer. And I'll explain the price of the printer that I use. I'll tell you the price and the processes and stuff in this video. Watch this video. I had a good time. I'll probably throw in some of the stuff I made in this portion of the video just to keep you interested, mainly to get out. So this is the 3D Flash Forge that the school loaned me for the course. Normally runs about $300. Okay, off Amazon, $332, whatever. Really cool. I'm glad it was loaned to me. So I finally got to use my soldering kit. I didn't solder anything. I just used some of the tools for some of the products in the 3D printer. If you remember, I bought this kit, or if you don't remember, and you haven't watched the video, after I thought my Phantom 3 drone was, I did solder something, or I freaked out and I bought this kit. It's a good kit to have. I like to repair stuff, but it was like $20, and I was like, yes. Turns out I didn't need to do that, and I had it on hand anyway for the 3D printer, which is awesome. Other random tools used during the process of building these 3D prints: a Gerber or Leatherman or multi-purpose tool, pliers, you need pliers, and rubbing alcohol. Also, I would suggest a lighter, the smallest diameter hex key you could find, or like a straw cleaner. Also, I also use the tool, the small screwdriver set above. I use it for everything, multiple uses. Anyway, so why I would suggest these is because the printer and the nozzle get jammed because you're dealing with a wax-based filament, so the nozzle's gonna get filled up, just like a welding machine. Filament's gonna go into the nozzle, and eventually you're gonna have to clean it out. It's a part of owning the machine. So I get this machine. Right, my first machine that I loaned was the nozzle was filled with filament. It was like it wouldn't work. So I learned to take apart the extruder. Probably not how you pronounce that. Or what I got to the nozzle and I learned how to clean it out. How I did that was I took the pipe cleaner, cut it in half, or pipe cleaner, or in this case it's a straw cleaner, whatever, a small diameter object, cut it in half, heat it up with the lighter, and then put it into the nozzle, or put it into the extruder, which leads into the nozzle. And it worked. I don't know if it's the right answer, but it worked. There's much easier ways, and I am an amateur at 3D printing. So someone will probably, who knows more than me, will tell you in a much easier way. Still was fun. I still got to take things apart and put them back together. Good time. So this is my first attempt at 3D printing. It was supposed to be a metal detecting coil with mainly digger above it, or the letters mainly digger above it. Did not turn out like that at all. The first attempt, my very first attempt, is on the left, and it didn't turn out well. And my second attempt is on the right, and it looks like a propeller. So, not a success, but it was still fun. So this is obviously it's my head. It's a mini me. I wouldn't make busts of myself or pictures of myself, but it's a part of the course. The instructor took a scan of my face and of the upper part of my body, and that was a part of the course to make a bust. I was having issues. So this is the end result of multiple tries, and I'll show you those multiple attempts. All right, I'll show you those multiple attempts later. This is the end product. What I didn't do in the design part on the computer is check the spacing between the block that I put down and my shrunken head, so it didn't stay on the block. Still cool. So I mentioned my multiple mistakes leading up to the mini bust, or the mini head. So I tried to make a bigger version of me, my mini head, and it didn't work out very well because I hadn't changed the new printer over. I forgot exactly why. So these little flat things are multiple attempts at making a base for my head, which didn't work out. And then after I made the head, I was like, okay, let's see what I can do now. And in the middle, you'll see it reminds me of like Star Wars, where, I don't know, I'm not a Star Wars geek. Anyway, very cool. It's still my face. I would never normally do that. It was a fun time. So 3-headed me, really, I'm talking about creepy like this. It's creepy to see myself. I'm sick of looking at myself. I made a 3-headed bust. It was once again, part of the program. And I don't know, it's kind of cool. Like I said, I didn't check the lines, or like with the other project, I didn't check the spacing in the program before. So there's kind of lines between, which it gives it a cool effect, but that's not how it's supposed to be. Found out where I was going wrong. I got a new printer, a loaner from the school, and started just doing stuff. Started playing around. Mostly stuff for my children. Both my kids are at the age where they are into Pokemon, and this is Pikachu, so I made them Pikachu. I'll tell you what, you need a babysitter, or you want your kids to leave you alone for a good couple of hours, just show them, and they will sit there and they will watch the 3D printer. At least my kids will. Maybe that's wrong, no idea. But they will watch the 3D printer for hours until it is finished. I will watch it also for hours until it's finished. It's cool. It's just cool to watch. Kind of soothing also. It's weird. Another Pokemon character. I have no idea who it is. My eldest requested I make it for her, so I did. So this is most adults who do not have kids do not know who Peppa Pig is or Peppa Pig is. My kid, my youngest, and my niece love Peppa Pig. So I made the Peppa Pig family, and it turned out, but it turned out the actual like figurines turned out kind of messy. You can kind of see the filament where it's trying to build and stuff. Easily fixable. I didn't like how it turned out. So this is my final project. Obviously, it's me. And like I said, I would never. I'm not this vain. I would never make statues of myself. It was fun though. So it had to be artistic because it is an art class. It was an art course. So I had to find a way to make it artistic, and I did. It is a two-sided bust. One side, and I had to make it artistic, so I had to come up with something, is looking into the past. So I've been in the military for almost 20 years. I'm at the end of my 20-year, like I'm in October, it'll be 20 years. So I'm close to retirement. So a part of me, the part that's looking in the past, has all my military stuff on me. All the things I've qualified with, or badges that I've earned, was on this bus. And I tell you what, it was hard to do because I didn't want to make the bus too long or too big or too high, because it just wouldn't look right. It would take too long. But I managed to fit a lot of stuff on there. I didn't fit what I wanted to put on there was the Eagle Globe and Anchor from the Marine Corps. Didn't get a chance to. But I have the bursting bomb because I was in the Ordnance Corps for about 2 years. The cross rifles, infantry, yeah. I will always be an infantryman at heart. I'll always have that infantry mindset. On my left shoulder is the MP patch, or MP cross pistols. I liked being MP, but I'm done. I am done being MP. And in the middle is my CIB, which I'm sad did not turn out well. It did not have that much definition. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm a newbie at this. Who knows? I wish it turned out better. Anyway, I liked how it turned out. Overall, I liked how it turned out. The bus that is looking forward into the future, like I said, I had to make this artsy somehow, is pretty much a clean slate. I've always had my cross rifles. I will always be an infantryman. But I like my treasure. I am definitely metal detecting, treasure hunting. I'm a pirate. I'm a pirate. So that's why I have the skull and crossbones, pretty much because it looks cool and I wanted to put it on there. But that is the future me. Anyway, it was fun. This course was an amazing course to take. And due to COVID, I thought it was going to not be fun because it was online. And it was, it wasn't that way at all. Like I talked to the teacher multiple times through email, and I had an issue printer. There we go, words. And so I talked to him then, and then cutting and splicing, which is I'm not going to explain. But fun course. I suggest taking it. There is so much, besides artsy stuff, there's so much that can be done with 3D printing. There is so much that it can be applied to and be useful for. It's something I would look into more, or will look into more. All right, mainly dig out. I will definitely dig this weekend. I'll be done with finals and done school for like 3 weeks before I start up again. Mainly dig out.